Okay, so I am going live right now because I am trying to talk out the rest of my D&D campaign. I've had absolutely no fucking time to think things through, and the only person that I have to talk it out with is my wife, and God bless her, she is tired of hearing about it. So I'm going to attempt to talk through my plans for the Dungeons and Dragons campaign I'm currently leading. This is your last chance, players. If you're watching me, players, at my table, players. If you are watching this and you play at my table, you better stop right now, okay? Because here's what's happening. The leader of the Adventurers Guild, Fizzban, the Fabulous or Fantastic, whatever, I don't remember what I said, Fizz the Fab. They found out that he is actually Bahamut. I don't know how to say Bahamut. I should figure that out. And he is about to reward them after they saved the city of Dork from the siege by the forces of Fulgrave, and they recovered the tears of Sobek from Sobek. Now, Fizz just used the tears to de-age former king of Dork, Arthur. I totally improvised, and the king's name is Arthur because I'm a fucking. You know what? Actually, it works because I named the island Albion, and so on like a meta England level, King Arthur. I mean, that kind of hits actually. I'm fucking good at improv, is what I just figured out. But okay, so it's King Arthur, and he just got de-aged from he was being magically kept alive. He's just a human. But he was super fucking old, and now he's back to a young man. Now he's in his late 20s. I say late 20s. He's in his 20s. Anyway, so King Arthur's in his 20s now, and he's going to take up the throne. But he'll need some assistance dealing with the political machinations of others as he's being put back on the throne. Now, luckily, the current Duke of Dork is his nephew, and with a little help from the party, hopefully, the nephew will agree to reseat King Arthur as the king, get a steady hand back on the rulership of the kingdom of Wistia, and get shit moving again for Wistia and the city of Dork in general. Dork is essentially a city-state, but once King Arthur gets put back on the throne, Wistia itself will stabilize a little bit and will be able to actually fight back in their war against Fulgrave, now that Fulgrave has basically declared war against the rest of the Diamond Island. So, I guess I kind of have to make the Duke either evil or incompetent or being manipulated by somebody, and they need to kind of figure that shit out before they leave the city of Dork. Yeah, I guess that's what the next section kind of has to be, because once they leave the city of Dork, they're going to be on a big-ass fucking mission to go back up to Fulgrave, see one of the players' parents, who is the leader of that country now. It's a democracy. She's an elf, so she's been alive for a long time, and she didn't even know her mom was the leader until I revealed it. But, okay, so, they're going to put King Arthur back on the throne. We'll have to deal with the manipulative forces surrounding the Duke. Okay, that's actually what's been happening. There's been people, sort of like in Lord of the Rings in the second movie in the Two Towers, when Saruman is using Grima to speak for Theoden, along with a spell, and like it's kind of like one country's puppeteering another. The cult of Tiamat, or the cult of the Dragon Queen, is manipulating or influencing the Duke of Dork. I can't decide if the Duke should be like actually evil or he's being manipulated. Let's say he's being manipulated. Let's say he's been under a spell. I think that works. And so they'll have to fight a couple of the Duke's forces in order to free him from the spell and put King Arthur back on the throne. Okay, so that'll be next session. I try to make each session of this campaign a one-shot, to make it feel like a one-shot, because we only get to play once a month, and it, like, D&D is usually pretty procedural, like, okay, now you're in this room in the dungeon, and we look around, and is there any traps, and we check for treasure, and now we fight the next room, or whatever. But in my game, it's like, okay, what's the exciting thing we're doing today? We have like 1 to 2 exciting things we're doing today, and then I'll see you guys next month. So I think that'll be the exciting thing that they're doing on Saturday. They'll be putting the king back on the throne. I have to make sure I update the treasure hoard of Fizban, because they'll all be receiving pretty magnificent rewards for becoming the saviors of Dork, as well as they'll receive titles. Okay, let's talk about titles. Okay, currently in the campaign, I have the following members. There is Mia. She's an elf wizard. She's very intelligent, got intelligence of 20. She's an evocation wizard. God, yeah, she loves a good fireball, but she's focused on lightning. What should her title be, and what does it do? Mia's title. Okay. So, she's an elf from Fulgrave. Lightning motif. Mia the Jolt. Mia the Shocking. Mia the Crash. Ooh, I kind of like Crash. I know that's not really like... Ooh, the Lightning Bolt Lady. That's not bad. The Lightning Lady. Or the Lady of Lightning. The Lady of Lightning. Okay. It's a little weak. I'm going to workshop that, but we'll start with that. And the Lady of Lightning, she's already got... Oh my god, she just turned level 8, and her stuff is already busted. But the Lady of Lightning, her title grants her... She can already ignore resistance to lightning, as well as re-roll all of her ones on lightning damage rolls. Oh. Okay, well, this is kind of... No, that's not a good idea. That's too powerful. I was gonna say that she could do that, like the Tempest Cleric has a Channel Divinity that gives you max damage on lightning or thunder spells. And that's actually part of the idea I have for the enemies they're gonna fight soon. But maybe I could give her like that burst damage Channel Divinity. Okay, Actually, this is a decent idea. Okay. The Lady of Lightning's title grants Mia the ability to, once per long rest, um, get max damage on half of the dice rolled on a lightning spell. Right? So, like on an 8d6 lightning bolt spell, you're guaranteed 4 6s. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, it's not a channel divinity, but that's pretty good. Once per long rest is not fantastic, but I mean that's a huge burst of damage right there. You're guaranteed at least 28 damage with that number right there. If you roll 4 1s attached to the 4 6s, you got 28. Okay, I like that because that averages out to about 36 damage. It's pretty good. That's pretty good, and she could save that for like a boss fight. They long rest once per session anyway. We play once per month. I think that's fine. I think she'll enjoy that. Okay, so that's in addition to the loot that she's asked for, which, oh boy, I need to remember and probably create a new spell for her. I need to remember that she wanted a retooling of Green Flame Blade. I don't know why she doesn't just use Green Flame Blade, but she wants like it upgraded or something, and I can figure that out. Just make it a little better, a little sexier Green Flame Blade. About Blue Spark Blade. Okay, that's Mia. All right, so then we've got Bodacious Barry, our paladin. Now Barry he's charismatic, but he's more strong than he is charismatic. Bodacious Barry, handsome. He's got his hot boy sunglasses. He wears really good armor. His armor's really good. Barry the what? Barry the what? Barry a friend. Barry a friend. Ah! Shout out Billy. Okay. Barry the friend. Actually, wait. No, actually, this is pretty good. Because although he's not exactly the face of the party, he has the second highest. Well, no. That's not true at all. Barry the friend. I will say that Barry, and Barry alone, has advantage on ability checks used to prevent violence. And I know that's very, it's made up. But like that could be an intimidation, it could be persuasion, it could be deception. I mean, that could be a wide range of skills that he's using to do that. But Barry the friend, I don't want to give him any damage bonuses because that boy smites everything into oblivion already. Okay, Barry the friend. Barry, the friend. Advantage on ability checks used to prevent violence. This is only to prevent violence. Okay, that's Barry. Barry and Mia, the Lady of Lightning, and Barry the friend. Ulrich. We've got Ulrich. He's a warlock. He's an elf. He's currently in a pact of the fiend. And his mistress is Esdeath, his patron. She is a devil. Ulrich. odd. He does have one arm that's basically a tentacle. Ulrich the Oily. Ulrich. Ulrich the Edgelord. I don't mind Ulrich the Edgelord, actually. I'm gonna workshop that name, Ulrich the Odd, Ulrich the Edgelord. Okay, but what does it do? Ulrich the... Ulrich is an alcoholic. Here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Ulrich has been drinking in every session. He's been literally like, where's the booze? He's been pounding brews at the Adventurers Guild. He's been drinking wine whenever they come across a merchant. He's like, what wine you got? He's been drinking every day. So it's going to have to be like Ulrich the Drunk or Ulrich the Inebriated. Or Ulrich the Thirsty. That's not bad, actually. It's not like he's been hitting on, winches or anything, but Ulrich the Thirsty is funny. I like Ulrich the Thirsty, and what does it do for him? He's already got an alcoholic feat where he gets +1 to all his ability checks and saves as long as he's drinking. But if he's not drinking, or he hasn't had anything to drink in the past few hours, I think it's past 3 hours. If he hadn't had anything to drink in the past 3 hours, he has -3 to all his ability checks and saves. I know I'm kind of a dick to do that, but like he's literally making sure that I know he's drunk every session. And at some point, I'm like, fine, you get a bonus to avoiding poison because you drink so much, and fine, you get proficiency on your con saves to avoid poison, but also now you're a fucking alcoholic. Like there's been benefits and some detractions, but he's still drinking. So Ulrich the Thirsty. Oh, I know. He can get people to buy him drinks. Okay, here it is. Anytime he goes into an establishment like a tavern, pub, bar, whatever, he can start up a friendly conversation with a random person, get them to buy him a drink, and like make friends with them. Or he can buy them a drink and get information out of them. I gotta workshop that one. I gotta figure that one out exactly. But it's gonna be something it's gonna be social. It's gonna be something along those lines. Because he's also a charisma-based player, spellcaster. So I want him to have like more abilities to like do shit. It might not be that hopeful, but like, they play once a month. He finds a tavern everywhere they go. So yeah, that'll be good because it'll get some information. So we got the Lady of Lightning, Barry the Friend, Ulrich the Thirsty. Let's move on to Captain Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow is an Aarakocra pirate captain. That's right, I said it. He's an Aarakocra pirate captain, and he is a rogue, a phantom. I'm just going to make his title the Captain Jack Sparrow. Known for captaining the ship that freed the city of Dork from the siege of Fulgrave. He'll be known as the Captain Jack Sparrow, and is no longer considered a pirate by the city's officials. He's now considered a hero. And what this does for him is, this is perfect for a rogue. from now on, Captain Jack Sparrow has advantage on negotiating with the cops. Anytime a guard is trying to seize, interrogate, or search Captain Jack Sparrow or his party members, Captain Jack Sparrow has advantage on his ability check in that situation. Even if it's like, I want to sneak past the guard real quick, he can get advantage on it because he's dealing with the cops. I like that. I think that's actually pretty good. The Captain Jack Sparrow, he's a rogue. I wanna encourage him to be a little bit more risky in his rogue play because he really hasn't done any sneaking, stealing, or thievery at all. He's been good at killing things, but rogues. That brings us to our barbarian. That would be my brother Gloop Shido. All right, now Gloop Shido is a folk hero, human barbarian who goes around saving cats and dogs, saving kitties out of trees. Gloop Shido. He's already kind of famous. Hmm. Sorry, there was a kid in the middle of the street, and I just had to not run him over. So very important to do that in your neighborhood. Okay, so Gloop Shido. I don't know. Ah, uh, 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 Gloop hasn't been with the party that long. I don't really think Gloop Shido gets a title. He's already kind of famous. And the other two characters weren't there when they actually saved the city, so they might not get titles either. Yeah, I don't think they get titles. I think it's about the people who are